Nasa, an engineering student and a robotics enthusiast. Today we will discuss about the latest and the very fascinating technology, the drone technology. In this video, you will find answers to what actually a drone is, what is the history of drones or where did the drones come from, what is the mechanism of drone and the physics behind drone. We will also discuss modern drone evolution and all the basic information related to UAVs. So without wasting further time, let's start learning drones with our drone expert Abhay Singh Lodhi, who is the founder and CEO of OM'SDRONEDEVELOPER, researcher volunteer at NASA and has more than 7-year experience in the field of drones. So let's begin.
Hello everyone, I am Abhay Singh Lodhi and let's start today's session. So first we will talk about what is a drone. Our word drone is very known and popular in today's pop culture. Everything from this to this to this one and also this. And sometimes non-flying vehicles like this one, this one, and very especially and very popular, this one too. Known as drone. Drone full form is Dynamic Remotely Operated Navigation Equipment. Drone carries categories such as UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, UGVs, unmanned ground vehicles, and UUVs, unmanned underwater vehicles. In this session, we will talk about UAVs. So, in technological term, drone is an unmanned aircraft. It also formally known as UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAS, unmanned aircraft system. But essentially, drone is a flying robot which can control by pilot or fly autonomously with the help of software control system in their embedded system, conjunction with GPS and other sensors. In the recent past, UAVs were most often associated with the military, where they were used initially for anti-aircraft target practice, intelligence gathering, and then more controversial as weapons platform. Drones are now also used in wide range of civilian roles, ranging from search and rescue, surveillance, traffic monitoring, weather monitoring and firefighting, to personal drones and business photography, as well as videography, agriculture, and even delivery services. Now, drones are everywhere. So now, we gonna to talk about drones history, where from it came. The history of drones. Many trace the history of drones to 1849 Italy, when Venice was fighting for its independence from Austria. Austrian soldiers attacked Venice with hot air, hydrogen or helium-filled balloons occupied with bombs. The first pilotless radio-controlled aircraft were used in World War I. In 1918, the US Army developed the experimental Caterinburg, an unmanned flying bomb aircraft, which was never used in combat. The first generally used of drone appeared in 1935 as a full-size rootling of the Havendel DH-82V Queen Bee biplane, which was fitted with a radio and servo-operated control in the back seat. The plane could be conventionally piloted from the front seat, but generally it flew unmanned and was sorted by alternatory guns in training. The term drone dates to this initial use. A plane on the Queen Bee numerically. UAV technology continued to be interest to the military, but it was often to be unrealizable and costly to put into use. After concourse about the shooting down of spy planes across the military revisited the topic of unmanned air vehicles. Military use of drones soon expanded to play roles in dropping lefties and acting as decoys, jammed communication, and offer real-time video recognition. Modern history of drone. A Wall Street Journal reports claims whispered drone use began in 2006 when a US Customs and Border Protection Agency introduced UAVs to monitor the US and Mexico border. In late 2012, Chris Anderson, editor of Chief Wired magazine, rids to detect himself to his drones company, 3D Robotics. Now this company called 3. The company, which started off specializing the hobby personally drones, now market its UAVs to aerial photography and film companies, construction, utilities and telecom business and public safety companies, among others. In late 2013, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos announced a plan to use commercial drone for delivery activities. However, in July 2016, Reno-based startup Filtry beat Amazon to the punch, successfully delivering a package to residents in Nevada via commercial drone. Other companies have since followed suit. For example, in September 2006, Virginia Polytechnic Institute of State University began a test with Flight Project, FlightPing, a unit of Google's Honor Alphabet, to make deliveries start with Bureau's production at a local restaurant. Then, December 2006, Amazon delivered its first Air Prime package in Cambridge, England. In March 2017, it demonstrated a Prime drone delivery in California. Astronautical University, along a training ground for the aviation industry, now offers a Bachelor of Science in Unmanned System Applications, a Master of Science in Unmanned System, and undergraduate minor in Unmanned Area System. So friends, these are the history of drones. Now I am going to tell you types of drones. Based on the type of aerial platform used, there are four major type of UAVs: multi-rotor drone, fixed wing drone, single rotor drone, fixed wing hybrid volt. Multi-rotor drone. Multi-rotor drone use multiple propellers to navigate and fly. They are utilized for common use such as photography and video surveillance. They are the most common of all UAVs. They can be further classified in four most popular categories based on the number of propellers being used. They are tricopter, three propeller drones, quadcopter, four propellers drone, hexacopter, six propeller drones, octocopter, 8 propellers drone. Now take a look on second category of drones: fixed wing drones. Fixed wing drones have wing in place of propellers, just like an aeroplane. They cannot hover at one place. They fly on the set course till their energy source is functional. Single rotor drones. Such as names suggest, a single rotor drone has only one rotor and a small tail to control its directions. They resemble form like a helicopter and are very energy efficient. Fixed wing hybrid VTOL. VTOL stands for vertical takeoff and landing. Fixed wing hybrid VTOLs use propellers to lift off and wings to gliding. Main components of drone. There are multiple design of used of drones. The most popular is four-wing structure called quadcopter. The main components of a quadcopter are propeller, wings, chassis, frame, DC motors, flight controller, electronic speed controllers, landing gear, transmitter, receiver, GPS module, battery and camera. So now here we will talk about these components in brief. So now we will talk about the drones component in shortly. Propellers. The drones use either propellers, wing or both, depending the abilities to direct them Propel-driven drone have two types of propeller on board for direction and thrust. They are standard propellers and pusher propellers. So take a look on standard propellers. These are located in the front of quadcopter. These propellers provide direction to the drone. Pusher propellers. These are located in the back of quadcopter. These propellers provide forward and backward thrust to the drone. Chassis frame. The main body of the quadcopter, which provides the housing facility to all other components, called chassis or frame. Flight controller. The flight controller is usually referred to as the brain of the drone. The flight controllers the power supply to the electronic speed controller. It is also used to detect orientation change in the drone. It controls the motors and ensure that the drone is in air. Electronic speed controller. Electronic speed controller ESC are the electronic circuit that regulate the speed of the DC motors. It also provides dynamic braking and reversing option. DC motors. To ensure that the drone is airborne for a good amount of time, we need high torque motors. The high torque also helps to change the speed of the propellers. Brushless DC motors are prepared as they are lighter than the brushed ones. Landing gears. Landing gears are not required to small drones. However, bigger drones they need a landing gear to avoid the damage while landing. The required of landing gear varies a functionality of the drone. For example, delivery drones which carry parcel require a specific landing gear as they need space to hold the item. Transmitter. The transmitter sends signals from controller to the drone to generate command for direction and thrust. Receiver. The receiver receives the signals sent by the transmitter and passes it to control flight direction. GPS module. The GPS module provides the navigational data, longitude, latitude, and elevation to the control. This module assists the controller in recognize the taken path and safely return to the initial point in the case of lost connection. Battery. It provides power to the drone. Generally, rechargeable batteries used in the drone. Camera. There is normally an attached inbuilt camera with drones. If the drone is not provided with inbuilt camera, then it will have a prevention to distract the camera. How drones UAVs work. Now take a short look on how's drone work. So let's continue it. When the controller provides the lift-off instructions to the receiver of drone, it forwards it the flight controller board, which to turn actuate of the propellers. The propellers provide the lift-off thrust and the drone becomes airborne. It is these propellers which provide the direction as well as speed to the drone. The drones have a complex multi-propeller system that assists in reduction of failures. The propellers work in group, and even if one of them fails, the drone is capable to get support from its available propellers and navigate land safely. The GPS module helps the drone to identify itself, travel path, and get real-time data such as location, speed, and elevations. Take a look on some important applications of drone. They have a variety of functionalities in different industries. A few of the most popular industries that use them are military, space research, product delivery, agriculture, search and rescue, internet care. So now we will take short look on these industries. Application of drone in military. The first drones were used during wars to drop bombs without the requirement of a pilot to carry them into the enemy zone. It is also used for surveillance, recognitions, aerial photography, specific target targeting, and counter-air threats. It reduced the risk factors involved during such as missions due to minimal involvement of human response. Application of drones, UAVs in space research. The United States and the United Kingdom have been the pioneers in the use of drones for space research. NASA's most popular drone, X-37B, has made multiple visits to space for a number of classified missions. Following NASA's route, other space agencies across the globe are also use drone for their mission research. Applications of drone in food and product delivery. The food and product delivery industries is one of the most booming sector today. The most challenging factor that is considered in this industry is the problem of delivering food through roads and delivering agents. Drones can be direct profit making solution of this. In fact, a few countries have started using this technology. Applications of drone in agriculture. One of the most essential jobs in the world is agriculture. Growing crops in the wastelands is traditional job without a doubt. If this could be done in a manner with reduced human efforts, it is one of the biggest things that can be explored in this century. Drones have become really popular in this sector. A few of the functions for which drones are used are spraying water, pesticides, and doing video surveillance in the waste field. Applications of drones, UAVs in research and rescue, SAR. Drone is very useful in research and rescue. as they are operationals. As they can even go in areas with difficulties accesses, they can also patrol larger areas as compared to an individual. Further, with the addition of thermal imaging device on it, the identification of the pupil in distress is much more faster and reliable. Applications of drone, UAVs, internet carriers. As stated earlier, Google and Facebook are already working on concept of some giant drones that can carry signal to remote location for direct internet accesses. Now we will talk about advantage of drones. Advantage of drones. The advantage of drones includes quality air imaging, accessibility to hard to reach areas, reduce human efforts. Advantage of drones. Advantage of drones includes quality air imaging, accessibility to hard to reach areas, reduce human efforts and risks, need minimal launch time, precise operations, reliable, shape time. Disadvantage of UAVs. The disadvantage of UAVs includes privacy become whenever if wrongly used. Safe of pupil equipment depends on predator skills. Laws of drones are not so specific yet, still evolving. Shorter lifespan, can be easily hacked. So now we are presenting a artificial intelligence based drone scenario if they can turn to monster. So,
hey Star, how's the wardrobe coming?
I have been toiling for the hours. Behold, the wardrobe.
I said wardrobe, not wardrone, as in costumes.
Detecting aggression.
Ah! Costumes! My costumes!
Costumes. I suppose that makes more of the sense.
now the important question: are drones are legal in India? So yes, drones are legal in India. They divided in 4 categories: micro drones, small drones, medium drones, and larger drone. The criteria of these categories depends on weight. You can check all the details in DGCA official website related to drones. So guys, it is the basic introduction of the drone. In future video, we will talk about drones dynamic, drones physics, drones mechanics, and how to build a drone, how to choose components for a drone, and many other topics relates to drone. So let's continue with us and like, share and subscribe our channels. Thank you.